Another weekend, another Real Madrid win, but not without sweating through our white kits. Let's talk about the tactical rock fight at the Coliseum Alfonso Perez, where Getafe didn't just defend, they fouled everything that moved. If it wore white and had a pulse, it probably got kicked. Honestly, if Getafe could have fouled the referee, they probably would have.
From the heart of Madrid, where passion meets purpose.
It was a legacy built by legends and a future written by rising stars.
Sure, Getafe. They're like that one mosquito in your room at 2 a.m. You can't see them, but you can feel them ruining your night. They rolled out with a defensive 5-3-2. No surprises there. It's the tactical version of putting a chair under the doorknob and hoping nobody breaks in. Real Madrid, of course, went for our usual 4-2-3-1. Comfortable, familiar, maybe too familiar. The surprise wasn't in the shape, it was in the names. Camavinga and Tchouaméni paired up in the double pivot. That's like using two tanks to fix a clock. You get strength, sure, but finesse? Not really. We needed someone like Ceballos to paint through the press. Instead, we had two gladiators. And let's not forget Getafe's press. They came out swinging in the first 10 minutes of each half, and occasionally during the match. It was like watching your little cousin sprint in FIFA for 90 minutes. Total chaos. They chased everything like it was a Black Friday deal. Then after that energy ran out, they retreated into a low block so deep you'd need scuba gear to find their strikers. Oh, and the pitch, slipperier than an eel in oil. Players were skating more than sprinting. Ask Mastantuano if you have any doubts.
Build-up play. Non-existent in the first half. Every attempt was either pressed into a mistake or fouled into a free kick far away from Getafe's penalty area. We couldn't build from the back because Getafe decided to run full speed at our defenders like they were storming a castle. Our midfield, not fully controlled. We had moments, yes, but too often the second balls fell to Getafe or were cleared out. It felt like watching two guys trying to write poetry in a war zone. You want flow, but you're dodging bullets. We tried long shots, 11 of them from every angle. This was an improvement compared to the previous games. Sadly, only half of them were on target and mostly saved easily by David Soria. And then came the discipline, or lack thereof. 2 red cards for Getafe. The first, Nyom, who came on, fouled within 40 seconds and got sent off faster than you can say substitution error. Actually, Vinícius did say that. The second, Sancris, for treating Vinícius like a tackling dummy. Were the Reds harsh? Maybe. Were they fair? Absolutely. If Getafe had finished with 11 men, it would have been a bigger surprise than Courtois making an assist. Let's start with the scoreboard. 1 goal, 3 points, back on top. Not pretty, not poetic, but very, very effective. Defensively, we held, even though not quite well. In the number, just 1 real save needed from Courtois, but it was a beauty. When he dives, you can hear La Liga strikers weep. Now Güler, let's talk about the wizard. This young player has a GPS for half spaces. The second he stepped on, he started operating in that little pocket where defenders hate to turn. He didn't just play, he plotted. Moved defenders around like chess pieces. In the 65th minute, Bellingham tried to copy Güler's signature play, in sync with Mbappe's blind spot run. Almost worked. But when the original magician took his turn in the 80th minute, boom! Güler threads the needle, Mbappé makes the run, and bang! Back of the net. That's their hotline. Vinícius, he came on like he was shot out of a cannon, instantly dribbling, drawing fouls, drawing attention, and eventually drawing red cards. His speed, combined with Güler's precision, was the perfect late-game cocktail. In short, Xabi Alonso showed he knows exactly how and when to flip the game. He started with a physical double pivot, Camavinga and Tchouaméni, to go toe-to-toe in a midfield battle. Then, once Getafe began to tire, he unleashed Güler, not just to protect the young magician, but to let him operate at full effectiveness against a retreating block. And above all, Alonso trusted the striker's instinct of Mbappé. No overthinking, no micromanaging, just pure confidence that when the moment came, Mbappé would finish it. And he did. And not all sunshine at the top. Well, let's talk about Rodrygo and Mbappé. Chemistry? More like static shock. They tried to link up 3 times in 10 minutes, and every single attempt fizzled. Mbappé looked confused, Rodrygo looked frustrated, and I looked away. Once Vinícius entered and Rodrygo moved to the right, things improved. Right-wing Rodrygo is a whole different species in this match. Camavinga and Tchouaméni rock solid defensively. But in a game like this, where you're facing 10 men in a bunker, you need a locksmith, not 2 security guards. A few line-breaking passes, little slicing runs, just a lot of safe recycling. Defensive line? Wobbly at times. We didn't concede, but not because Getafe didn't try. Courtois had to bail us out once, and we were lucky Getafe strikers couldn't hit a barn door with a bazooka. And the shooting. Oh, boy. Let's just say if we were aiming for the moon, we would have hit it. Precision was not invited to this party. Every shot looked like it came from a foot made of concrete. Look, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean, it wasn't even satisfying until the final 10 minutes. But this is what champions do. They suffer, they adapt, and when the time is right, they strike. Getafe fouled, pressed, and frustrated, but we brought in the brains, Güler, and the fire, Vinícius, and of course, Mbappé finished it like the superstar he is. And as I said in my last video, this team always scores. Smash that like button, subscribe if you love chaotic 1-0 wins, and comment below, who broke the deadlock? Güler's brain, Vinícius' speed, or Getafe's discipline record?